presenting a global icon, all the way from Follywood, Ultra Pride.
Thank you. Thank you. You may all take your seats now. I know. I know. I'm just too good. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud. Ultra proud is what they count. I'm a global influencer for the Pride and Eagle Corporation. As you all know, I've been in many magazines from all across the world, with many calling me the most handsome man on the planet. The most handsome man on the planet. Boy, did those people get it right. They just don't miss doing it. You see me on plenty of TV commercials and shows. Some of my most favorite ones come from my corporate tagline. You've heard of Ultra Instinct and Ultra Eagle, but nothing could have prepared you for Ultra Pride. Am I right? Okay, tough crowd I see. Anyway, I'm open for questions. Please ask me anything you want. I'm never too proud to turn down a question. You there, state your name and what is your question?
Question. Why are you not humble? You talk a good game, but what makes you think you're all of that?
Are you kidding? Take one good look at me, baby. Am I not all the desires every woman wants in a man physically?
Ugh, you disgust me. So arrogant and cocky.
Just the way you like it. Yeah, you over there, stand up and ask me your question, player.
Bro, what's good with you? You're bugging. There's a such thing as confidence, but you far exceed that expectation.
I don't think I quite understand your question, but I will say, did you not hear me state my accomplishments earlier? Sounds like somebody is a hater, for sure.
Yo, we're not going to stay here listening to this garbage from this overprideful guy. Pride comes before the fall.
I don't remember calling on you, sir. But the only thing falling is your bank account. The more you talking about me, this guy with the money.
Sounds like we have an egomaniac on our hands, my brothers and sisters.
Yeah, let's leave this dump behind. What kind of name is Ultra Pride? Anyways, delusional isn't the word.
Right, sis? It's given narcissism and attention deficit disorder.
Yo, we out, y'all.
Leave me. I don't need y'all anyway. I'm too rich and handsome to be bothered with peasants such as you.
We're not gonna sit here and listen to this loser. Yo, guys, I hear they're having a show at the Brew Room. Let's get out of here.
I'm never get tired of that music.
Shalom to everyone and to everyone. Shalom. I am honored to be here tonight for you, for all, and for Yah. Speaking of Yah, I would love to give praise, honor, and glory quadruple praise, all the praise that he can take to Yah Elohim and his son, his only son, the begotten son, the son that's watching Sister Rude pick out her locks. The Ha Mashiach, Yehoshua. And to help me introduce the rest of the Rude Squad, the rudest, moodiest,
What?
truest, coolest, anything else that rhymes with ist, the rudest warrior.
Shalom, 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 everybody. Welcome to our next episode. Welcome to this episode. Sorry, that threw me off. So very happy to be here. All praise to the Most High Yah, Yahushua Hamashiach, and you got me messed up. Okay, here we go. All praises to Yah Elohim and the Son Hamash. Here we go. All praises to the Most High Yah, Hu Elohim, and the Son Yahushua Hamashiach. There we go. We have a really fun show for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoy it. Without further ado, everybody go ahead and introduce yourself.
Shalom's brother Smooth the Rude. Gotta give all praise to the Most High, Father Yah Elohim, Son Yahweh. Allow us to be here today.
To the Most High for every day that we can get up and breathe and seek him even further.
Shalom, Yah. It's the rude boy, the rudiest Maximus.
Anybody there?
Yeah. I guess Rude Soldier went to go and take care of business.
All right, we already know what that means.
You know what type of business that is.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, let's talk about that. Let's talk about our opening skit here. Because who wrote this skit? Which one? Like, because I just want to know, like, what was your
Rude boy?
Rude boy? What was your thoughts with what inspired you to write this skit? What is the skit about?
It's so Rude Warrior sent me the title of what he wanted me to write about. I just wrote about it. That's how it pretty much went down.
Rude boy.
But
I mean, Rude Warrior.
Well, the idea I had in mind was definitely different from what Rude Boy wrote.
I only had a few minutes, damn
it. The idea was he was giving out bogus ways to be successful. You know, like how some of these influencers be telling you, I get up at 6 a.m., I eat nails with water, and then I go out jogging barefooted for 2 hours, and then I come back home, and then I sit down and I read upside down, you know.
Yeah, some of them be sounding like that.
I was like, all right, well, that'd be a cool thing to write.
Like people, like people who operate on, pride and narcissism. Is that kind of where you're going?
Yeah, pretty much. 'Cause I've seen a lot of influencers who have like these weird advice, and then people actually be taking them. It's like, you want to get up at 6 a.m., you want to write down like 10 things, and then within that a week, you want to buy like 5 of those things that you said, and then you want to keep them, and then you want to water them, and then like a week later, you want to buy the rest of the list. I'm like, bro, goddamn, wait a minute. Is even have what you're saying plausible?
Yeah, it reminds me of that energy that happens with those companies who try to like recruit you to be in those pyramid schemes. They're like, you can have everything you ever dreamed of. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You need money. You want to go. You're tired of living day to day for paycheck to paycheck. You can go on cruises. You like Belize. You like blue oceans. Like, it's just like, oh, and that energy is just very like the energy is not natural, and a lot of people get sucked into that pride and that just over excessiveness of greed. Yeah.
So what you think about that skit, Smooth or Rude? What you think about that skit, Sister Rude?
Honestly, I mean, I don't have too much thoughts on this one. It's pretty short, and you know, we've all met an egotistical person who's just, you know, an egomaniac. We've all met that person. We've all been interacted with that person and just loathe them. And
Yeah.
you know, I guess all I gotta say is, you know, I'll try to stay away from those people. And all praises to the Most High for the people and for giving people the spirits to you know, fight those kinds of people, because you know, they can be bullies too. And
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you get these kind of people in the truth too. So it's not so much them talking about like, you know, worldly stuff. It's them talking about things that they cooked up in their own mind. Kind of like the skit we did with Yash Kwaman. The You're Welcome skits, like that type of mentality where, you know, in the Hebrew community, people just flock to certain type of doctrines because it's filled with pride and it's filled with just, it's almost cult like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand, don't know, they think that's a spirit. They think that, oh, that's the Holy Spirit. And it's not. It's a trap. 100%. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. So what I definitely will have to say is that, have you ever just been, you know, you chilling, you walking your dog, you minding your business, and then your dog is just out there taking a shit.
Okay.
All right. And then just out of nowhere, bam, a couple of Black Panther members are hanging outside. And they just hanging out on the stoop in one of the members' house, the stoop of one of the members' house. Brother man is having a conversation with the other two, telling them the story about how they have to patrol someone's dog shit. Here is the story of the caucasity.
Yeah, man. That fool thought he could outsmart me. Talk about you don't bleach colored clothing because it become white. I looked that white man in the face and call him everything bad under the sun. Who do he think he is to call clothing colored?
I'm telling you, man, these white motherfuckers be thinking they slick, but they don't know that the black man is always one step ahead of the game.
Would you look at this shit, brother man?
What you going on about now? Look at here.
The white man is not only walking a black dog, but he put dog shit inside of a black trash bag and tossed it in a black trash can.
He did what now? Oh,
We not gonna.
the caucasity of that white man.
We not gonna let that slide. Now are we, Trigger Man?
Hell no. Let's get his ass.
Look at here at this crackety ass disrespectful white man here.
Excuse me. Can I help you, gentlemen?
Oh, now it's how can I help you, gentlemen? Get a load of this guy. Was us black men, gentlemen, when you put that dog shit inside a black bag?
What?
You heard the man the first time. Then you gonna throw that black trash can? Sorry. You heard the man the first time. Then you gonna throw it in the black trash can. Ho 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 ho! The disrespect.
Sir, what?
Look at here. You keep saying what? What? Are you Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Huh? What?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dog dare you, white dog.
I will not stand for these insults. I am a man.
So, since you're a so-called man, what's your name then, Mr. White Man?
If you must know, my name is Jake.
Oh, hell no. You done fucked up now. Then he just said his name was Jake.
I knew was something off about you. Look at here, Jake from State Farm. Since you white and like throwing shit around, you must have some type of insurance, don't you?
Nah, look at here. He probably got Geico or some shit.
Not even that. My man took over for Allstate. But we have to ask the black dog. He got. Are you in good hands?
Listen here, pal. I will no longer sit here and take this mockery. You hoodlums can enjoy your day.
Hoodlum.
Hoodlum.
Man, if you don't get your vanilla ice baby looking ass away from here, you gonna end up in the same trash can as that dog shit.
See, brother man, the white man thinks of black man as trash and feels like he can put his shit wherever he desires. The nerves of this racist Caucasian.
The other caucasity is strong with it.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, that's right. You better run.
Let him go, brother man. We got work to do to free the minds of our people and make sure shit isn't tossed in the black man's direction ever again. The revolution will be televised.
Black power.
Folks, we are back. That was Black Power.
Oh my goodness.
The caucasity.
I have questions.
You got questions about shit being tossed in our direction?
What is this obsession with dogs and black trash bags, man? You know what I'm saying?
No,
That's the white man.
Explain it like the brothers in the FYI camps. You see, sister, the white man like to perpetrate with the black man that the black man's a bag and ain't shit at the same time.
Oh my
But see,
goodness.
once you get that bag out that trash can, you was now free. You can no longer have shit put inside you.
when women say all men ain't when women say all men is shit ain't shit, that's what they talking about.
Oh my goodness.
Why aren't they advertising the white trash bag like the black trash bag? Why
put
is
that
it
dog shit in Glad?
Them white trash bags ain't shit though. You know what I'm saying? They don't hold nothing.
That's
Ain't
the
the
point, my sister. White
Man,
people can't hold shit. But you can hold a whole lot of shit in a black trash bag because we've been holding shit since slavery.
Right. So that's why the black trash bag is strong.
That sounds like a skit itself.
You know what I just realized? You know how you get like the doggy bag, the doggy shit bags? You only ever see them colored.
Exactly, my sister. They got green, they got gray, and they got black, but they ain't got white.
You ain't never seen a white one.
I ain't never see a white trash bag, doggy bag.
They
Oh my god!
Shit it all over this land, but it
Cue the
got
conspiracy music.
Let's go. I'm like
They gotta be the color bags to pick up their shit.
We need to go picket, protest picket, and go to like tired of these white trash bags. You know what I'm saying? Just standing for standing for the Walmart and Dollar Trees.
We're gonna take all the color bags out their stores and replace it all with white bags. See how they like putting shit in their bags.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, we just playing with y'all audience. Like we just having. I mean,
I ain't playing with y'all. Y'all need to put your shit where it belongs.
We tired of this.
Oh my goodness.
Where the reparations at now?
Reparations. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, this skit for me just means a whole bunch of how we see the world, basically. You know what I'm saying? For those who are woke, you know what I'm saying? We can see the duality. We can see, you know, the mental slavery, the institutionalized slavery. We can see the, you know, racism and prejudices, and you know, we can see it in movies, we can see it in trash bags, we can see it in this about every conversation, you know, with politicians, and you know, we read between the lines. So that's what this means to me, just reading between the lines. But to the rest of the world, we just sound like we just escaped from a insane asylum. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. So like this is, black is just a color. I've said it before and I'll say it again. There is no country named black. There's no continent named black. All right. You can't look up in the country in Africa and find black. All right. So these are definitely for jokes and laughs. And we have no affiliation with any of the names we said. State Farm and Allstate. We ain't rocking with you guys. You know, I applied for you guys once, you know, and you never called me back.
State Farm?
You never hit me up. So what's up?
You don't want to work there.
Huh? Is it because I don't got a farm in a state? Yeah. You see what I did there? Just like you guys will begin to see how this one brother who was mentally a slave to the game, to the white man's game. And then he woke up and realized he ain't had to do this shit no more. That he had to tell the kids the truth about our so-called black leaders, that they were sucking dick for money. What? And how they was leading us into a burning building.
Wait,
ladies
what?
and gentlemen.
I don't know where he goes with this. I'm just rolling with it.
All right. Martin Luther King will tell you much about that. But ladies and gentlemen, Uncle G.
All right, class. I have a very special guest here today to give you a speech about the importance of Black History Month. He's someone I followed over the years on social media. He's a hit sensation from the countryside of Mississippi. And without further ado, the one and only Uncle G's.
Hello, y'all. It's your favorite uncle, Uncle G.
Yes. Would you be kind to let our class know about the importance of Black History Month and the importance of our Black leaders in our community?
Sure. I can tell you all you want to know about your Black leaders.
Hello, Uncle G's. My name is Turner. I'm a senior here, and I have a question. I want to ask you, do you think our leaders will ever get us free from the oppression we're under in America?
That's a good question, boy. Well, to keep it real with you, I believe that I can't do this shit no more.
Can't do what? What are you saying?
I'm saying I can't lie to these little children no more. I'm tired of lying about this month and these so-called Black leaders.
Uncle G's, what do you mean about our so-called Black leaders?
They ain't nothing but coons, just like how I used to be. I'm giving up my coon championship, and I'm hanging my jersey up in the raft.
Are you well, Uncle G's? Maybe we can just come back another day. You're not thinking clearly.
I'm perfectly fine. Never felt better. The one who isn't well is you, Mrs. Buckbreaker. You're one of the many responsible for misleading our young men and women to destruction with these lies about our Black leaders.
I have done no such thing.
Hey, you can't talk to our teacher like that.
Sounds just like something a young coon in training would say. They got you good, boy. But you're going to learn the truth today. The truth shall set you free.
I would like to know more. What is our leaders hiding from us?
They're hiding your true identity, son. Not only that, your so-called leaders are nothing but coons and puppets in disguise, wolves in sheep's clothing, betrayers of everything free. They are the blind leading the blind. They are Willie Lynch letter in its physical form. These leaders don't care about y'all. That's why they allow your history to only be 1 month out of the year.
I always wondered about that. Why do you think these people went to such great lengths to hide information from us?
Because they don't want you to know your true history. They are nothing but slaves to their white slave masters, which is the place I was at before. But I've seen the light. And it's not that white Jesus I have acknowledged in all this time. Your leaders are nothing but sellouts and con. They take your money and donations at their political rallies, take your tithes at these abominable churches to spend on themselves only and not the poor. They snatch your money on these hair taxes and use it to fund their global corporation.
That is a lie from the pits of hell.
You got one thing right, white lady. The lies is in the pits of hell with you and the rest of those coons who is butt broken by you and the rest of y'all's people.
What do we do in order to combat this agenda being pushed on our people, Uncle G's?
Listen here, son. You're asking all the right questions. The first step is to understand the truth. The next is for you to lead your people out of their slavery and to freedom.
How can I do that? I'm only a young man.
You can do it, young man. I saw it in a dream. You'll lead one of the largest slave revolts in history. Don't lose hope. You're not alone. We'll fight this fight together. Through life or through death, we will be free.
Yes, I believe you. I believe it. Thank you, Uncle Jess. Let's go. Thank you, folks. And we are back.
But wait, when you said let's go, the go kind of went out.
Yeah,
Let's go.
it went out again.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So they went.
Yeah. You can turn it up in the After Effects later.
Yeah.
Mhm. And this is a powerful skit for sure. Bringing out like a parody with Nate Turner. You know, the origins. Maybe how he was influenced maybe by an older generation. You know what I'm saying, to make him see that we had nothing to be afraid of. Well, you know what I'm saying, that we didn't have to be afraid of these slave masters or the system they built for us that have a slave mentality, to not have a house nigga slave mentality or have a field nigga slave mentality or fall victim of the Jim Crow or that the Jim Crow or the there's something else, some letters that was written in the Post back then to teach Willie Lynch, to teach slave masters how to control their slaves, you know what I'm saying, how to turn the house slave into the field against the field slave and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying, and that trickled down generations. That's why you get a whole bunch of our people together and they're looking at each other like you the field nigga and they the house nigga, you know what I'm saying, like you still feel that to this day. What do you guys think about it?
Oh, yeah, that's definitely true. Like, especially out here in the South, they if you can pick if they can put up a whites only sign, they will do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that prejudice, that racism, that perpetual hatred resonates in the South like nothing I've ever seen. It's alive. And he's right. We was talking to someone else who was a native, to this area that we live in, and they're like, yeah, that's real. That racism is real, and you feel it anytime you walk into a restaurant or a grocery store. I've learned how to not get angry. I've learned how to understand, you know, why they're afraid of us or why they hate us. You know what I'm saying? So I've learned to have perspective about it. But yeah, that hatred is something unreal. And like I wouldn't be surprised if you walked into like a Walmart out here and it's just like, this is the colored section. Okay.
Definitely. With everyone else in the panel, do you think with today's society acting as rowdy as it is now, has it increased the petrol hatred of racism, like more crimes against us for lack of reasoning, just being hated without a cause? Do you now see that, especially with people now being involved with more cooning activities? Let's say you, Sister Ruth.
My honest perspective at this given moment is I can't really tell, to be honest. You got a lot of like these police shootings and beatings and stuff like that, and crimes against the so-called Black community, and like I'm at a point where I'm like, if I see it on the news, I don't even know if I can believe it. It's a true story. And if it is, I don't know if it's like being spun accurately, And I try not to pay attention to that because it can get frustrating, it can get depressing, and I do believe there has been also a rise of white folks who are trying to be more conscious. So it's like, I don't know. That's my honest answer. Like I'm not sure. And I'm not sure.
How about you, Rude Boy?
I would say it's not more racism now, especially not compared to back then. I would just say if there is racism, it's just more hidden, which is a bad thing. Like black people think it's better that people hiding their racism versus it being open. You could tell who your enemies are. Now you gotta pretty much dig deep and figure out if somebody really prejudiced against you, which and nobody has enough time to figure it out. Versus back then, you knew where you stand with a lot of these people. And in terms of the police shooting and stuff, a lot of it is legit, yeah, but then a lot of it is faked and and propaganda to get black people emotional and mad about what's going on in this society. You know what I mean? But anybody who could read between the lines understand that there's not that many police shootings of black people in general. The statistics show they only show you the high profile things on TV because they know a lot of us gonna get mad just off GP that we got a history with police and white people in general. So that's why I tell a lot of black people, especially Israelites, you gotta be wary of what you see on the news because of course they're gonna show it to you because they know you're gonna get mad, thus knowing you're gonna do a certain predictive action, which that's what they want. Their whole motto was order out of chaos. So
Yeah. It's like they're trying to just poke the hornet's nest, with that civil war that these other nations are just so terribly afraid of. That's they like all the black people just somewhere off in the woods gearing up. You know what I'm saying? When it's not us they should be worried about, it's their own people.
Or how about you, Smooth the Rude?
We'll say there's a little bit of racism going on, but most of it is when racism is I guess, was it publicized? It's more for attention or a narrative. It's not necessarily anything. I mean, it goes on, but it'd be about the misdirection. Something else is going on in the background. It's not actually, they don't really care about it. Everybody like to get too sensitive when it does happen. Not too sensitive, but everybody's so damn sensitive that it set off, a chain reaction of kind of desensitizing people to the narrative that it does happen. And when it actually is serious, everybody think, oh, it's just another situation where, they always want to seem like the victims just to make it seem like, what we do or what happened to us in the past ain't important. How they don't teach slavery in some history classes now or something like that. They make it seem like it's all about we all one people, but people still coon because that's just a normal thing, especially when people get in the high up positions and they trying to impress they massive
Yep.
they white man boss.
White man
They'll throw their
boss.
own they'll throw their own people under the bus. But at the same time, they be the problem too, It's a little bit of both sides, but it mostly more than the other when it comes to that. Everybody's looking for the narrative to jump on.
I'm just happy that the Nat Turner spirit lives on. You know what I'm saying? Not in the sense that, everybody around and around killing white people. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about just challenging the status quo. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's questioning anything, to the right direction. You know what I'm saying? To the right people. I feel like our voice is muffled. Like we're speaking loudly in the Hebrew community, but nobody's really hearing. You know what I'm saying? We're banging on the drums, but nobody's listening.
Or it's like that guy in the scriptures where he was blowing the horn to warn people, and they heard the horn, but it was like, man, can you play something different? Why you always got to play that warning horn? And then next thing you know, bam, people who ignore the horn got.
That part. Yeah, that's exactly the same rhetoric that's happening nowadays. It's just like people know the stuff we talk about is true. It resonates with them, even if they never heard it before. There is agendas out there. Obviously there's bigger, larger, conspiracies that has unfolded, with, the cover up of our history, of our identity, of who we were before slavery. And anytime we beat that drum that drum of truth, it's just like, nah, we want to hear all that. But Martin Luther King had a dream, though. So it's all right.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right. Well, we are going to go into a awesome music break with these wonderful Israelite artists. Please support them. Support them. They are also trying to blow the horn as well. And we are back. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to the Rude Room Studio here, tonight, to now. Are you people sick and tired and sick of these motherfuckers?
What?
These motherfuckers out here putting disrespect on the meat's name. I understand there are meats that are GMO. There are meats that have been added with weird steroids, but don't act like the plants ain't the same way. I mean, they jacked up. Kale ain't real. Cauliflower ain't real. Broccoli ain't real. Your tooth probably ain't even real. Let them know. Rudis Warrior.
The weirdest intro ever. Like, Okay, the topic of the day obviously is we're going to be talking about
Veganites.
yes, these so-called veganites who is passing this doctrine around that, you know, to not eat, what is it, no meat at all? Like all meat is
All meat is bad. All meat is sin, and that is just outright ridiculous. We just gonna skip over Leviticus 11, like y'all didn't know what he was talking about when he said there are clean meats and unclean meats to eat, and Peter don't know what he was talking about when Yah had gave him a fresh quail to eat, so that way he can go about his travels. They don't know anything, but apparently these people of today know more than people who actually had to experience Yah firsthand. Like, help me, help me, help me.
okay. Yeah, I'm gonna help you out. All right. So look, I'm gonna say my piece about this, and then everybody else can just, say whatever. I understand. I personally do not condone how they're passing this doctrine. It's very self-righteously charged. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, and people are falling for this crap, where, they're really rejecting meat altogether. Um, and I don't think that is righteous, especially during Passover when we're supposed to, eat lamb and such. I understand, I do understand why they are rejecting meat altogether, but to have to pass a doctrine on it is unrighteous for sure. Because Abiyah has already said we shall eat poison and live. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, we're going to continue to eat meat for those who do follow Torah, and those who understand how the world is set up right now. But there's those people who play on people's emotions because people's health is being affected. People are dying, so they're going straight to, well, don't eat meat at all then, because all meat is wicked, because all what do they say, like all their like the genetics have been tampered with meat. You know what I'm saying? It's GMO, it's pesticides, chemtrails, I mean, you name it. There's so much wrong with, livestock farming. They've controlled farming. Bill Gates bought up a lot of farming land just to control it even more. Um, but ultimately, the argument here is the doctrine. And we should not be living in fear as Hebrew Israelites. We should be strong in Yahuwah. And we should not be ashamed to, confront these veganites who are preaching that, all meat is bad. That's my only issue with it. That's all I got to say. What about?
Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, similarly, it's like I want to say it's similar to how, people who, aren't in this community, how they're obsessed with veganism and how they're over righteous and self-righteous and obsessed with being vegans, and it's like that but on steroids.
This is true.
Like everything, yeah, like everything that they bring into this, they put it on steroids. And and like you said, I get why they want to avoid meat. I get it. And I obviously get being health conscious because I'm health conscious.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta be careful not to be, policing about it, especially if it's not law. Like, even if something was law, you still don't force people. You still don't scare people.
No.
You deliver the message in a, mercifully.
This is very
And
true. That's a good point.
yeah, like there's a lot of people who are, still struggling and they're still trying to find their way in this. And if you are over righteous and a bully, you're a stumbling block to certain people. And we gotta try our best to not be a stumbling block to people, and like if it works for you to be a vegan, then do that. And I don't think it's a sin to be vegan.
No. That part. Yeah, I think that's a really good point, sister. It's not a sin to be vegan, but what's happening, from what I'm hearing, is the doctrines being passed, you
Yeah,
know, and the dietary laws is given to us, and we're supposed to be teaching the world how to use the dietary laws correctly, because ultimately a lot of it is still valid to save our lives. A lot of pork obviously still causes tremendous amount of health problems, especially in the Black community, but they're not
yeah.
listening, you know. Um, so yeah. What about you, Ruth Soja? What is your thoughts on this?
Well, I would say I agree with Sister Bella because
Who was that? Who's Sister Bella?
oh, uh,
Sister Ruth.
oh, sorry, I meant B Money. I know this woman named
B
B Money,
Money.
but her real name is Bella.
Where
But
B Money used to go hard in the street. Nah, I'm saying I heard one time
Sister
she
Ruth sounded like B Money. She was about to jump down and throw. Who Bella?
I'm sorry.
exactly. You see, oh, I
Uh,
I heard back in the day, B Money knew Tim, the security guard stripper. It was on
Yeah.
ball. I mean, B Money was just dangerous out there in them streets. All right, she looked soft in the face, but when you came close, those
okay.
locks wrapped around your throat, and it was done.
Did you just
Okay.
call me seducer?
yeah, you
I
pretty
was
much
talking
Medusa.
about B Money. You're
We
not
are
B
talking
Money.
about Veganites.
You are Sister Rue, so you two have nothing in relation. All right.
They sound. I was just saying that she sounded similar to B Money, but which reminds me, I do need to talk to B Money. I got another job lined up, but anyway, uh,
Congrats.
but I agree with what both sisters were saying though, because you can't. Everybody is still trying to learn. Like what might work for somebody might not work for the other, because everybody is different. Everybody digests food different. We also have to play in a part with that as well, and how people have different metabolisms, what have you. Some people
Oh
can't
yeah,
eat
that's another
certain
thing.
certain things because um, it will trigger something within them. Like for example, like
Exactly. Sorry, I'm like,
uh,
yeah,
no, you good, you good. Like so, for example, I have a family member and she can't eat black olives. And this is just an example. I'm just putting it out there. Because it causes migraines for her. And so it's the same example, like in the sense where she can't eat certain fruits because that also triggers that as well. But it's the same principle. Some people can't eat different things. So it's important that people realize that and also come up with alternatives to where it'll better for them. They're still getting the same nutrition, they're just going about a different way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
And I would also say that exactly, you can't force everything. Um, we all have a bit we can teach each other, which is great because that's what we're here to do. We're here to learn and teach at the same time. Like that's the reason why Yah gave us two ears and one mouth. So it's important for us to listen, take the knowledge, study it, show ourselves approval, find out what works for us. You know what I mean? But I don't say I don't condone vegan because I'm actually interested in trying it in a sense, but I also know we have high holy days where we have to eat meats like lamb. I love lamb. That's probably as far as I'm gonna go in terms of beef. Um, because beef is just I don't like how it'll sit well with me. Um, and but I also like fish and chicken as well. So it's like trying to figure it out, but also staying within Torah. So as long as we're going by the standards that Yah has already given us through Torah, then there really shouldn't be any issue.
Yeah, this is
Um,
true.
because we're all supposed to be learning from Yah's word. It, I mean, it's as plain as day. We're all, if we're saying that we're following Yah's ways, then there really should not be any division because
Mm-mm.
Yah is not the author of confusion.
Nope.
That's a satanic. That's Satan's book. One on one, divide and conquer.
You're right, brother.
So that's what I would say.
And another thing, you reminded me of something. So you can also, if you are going vegan and you're just trying out different diets, and you realize through trial and error that certain vitamin deficiencies, like in your own biological makeup, can trigger like a dormant autoimmune disease. For those of you who don't know what an autoimmune disease is, it's a disease that is inherently genetic in a person's body, and something can trigger it. And examples of these are like my younger sister has lupus. Diabetes, I believe, is an autoimmune disease. I think rheumatoid arthritis, which she also had, my sister. These diseases that are like where the body is basically attacking itself. That's why it's called autoimmune. So like you can have something like this and it's dormant in your body and you don't know it until you get like I said, vitamin deficiencies, or it could be caused by like an injury of some sort. And there's many autoimmune diseases, and they usually come in pairs. So if you have one, you might wind up with a second one because they usually come in pairs. I learned this in school. So again, that's another reason to not force somebody or not to try to guilt trip somebody into changing the way that they eat, because vitamins such as the B vitamins, specifically B12, is kind of hard to come by on a vegan diet.
This is true. Sister, would you oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sister, would you agree? 'Cause I can't remember if I heard this from Dr. Sabi or one of those influencers in the health holistic way of eating. They're saying that, would you agree that these diseases that you're referring to, like type 2 diabetes and such, they're saying that the real name of those diseases are processed food disease, basically. They're saying that.
I will say that I'm not a doctor and I'm not even a nutritionist. I just have like an interest in nutrition and stuff like this. On top of I have when I took massage school, because you actually go through a whole school training for it. I mean, yeah, you guys know this, but I'm saying this to the listeners. You actually learn about the anatomy. You learn a lot about like more than just massage itself. You learn about the human body and the movement and the different systems and stuff like that. So that's that's why I have like a knack for this sort of thing. So this is just like my personal opinion, and
Absolutely.
on top of my own personal experience. Like I said, my younger sister has lupus. But to answer your question, in my opinion, I will say that GMOs and pesticides and stuff like that does have a very direct effect on our bodies, and all these diseases, not all of them, but I mean, again, I'm not a doctor, but a lot of diseases do come from eating all this artificial and fake and bioengineered food.
Right. Yeah, because I'm sitting here, meditating my ruach, and I'm thinking about the fact that our ancestors, or even when Yahushua walked the earth, um, the food you can eat straight out the water. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like how he gave fish, and bread and things of that nature. Like the water wasn't contaminated. A lot of the prophets, they had like what do you call that diet where you only eat fish and
Pescatarian.
pescatarian?
Pescatarian.
Yeah, they had that type of a diet, but on the holy feast days, they followed, the customs with the lamb and such. So it sounds like they only ate meat a lot of the times during the high holy days. I'm not 100% sure on that fact, but I mean, I feel like for veganites, don't push a doctrine that's not according to Torah. If you don't want to eat meat, um, like throughout the year, that's fine. But at
Yeah,
least,
exactly.
yeah, just at least have that specific type of diet where you just eat fish, possibly, or just be a vegan throughout the year. But during the high holy days, it's not going to kill you to eat lamb. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
not.
Like, so I mean, I could understand if they were pushing that type of doctrine, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess this is one of my stronger topics then, but yeah, it's you really have to be careful with playing with your diet, and I learned that the hard way. My
Oh
younger
yeah.
sister, she told me that she didn't say she forgave me, or I mean, I like because I like kind of blamed myself for what happened to her. She got put into the hospital because I was like becoming health conscious myself, and I put her on I put
Oh, I
her
see
on
what you mean.
a yeah, I put her on a vegan diet, and then like a few months later she collapsed, and she like almost died.
Oh, I'm so
And
sorry,
I
sister.
and I and I thought it was my fault, and still I still think it's my fault because I did read somewhere, it's a fact that if you are deficient in certain vitamins, you can trigger something in
Right. But
your in your own immune system. You can trigger things. That's what you got to be careful. You got to, you can't just, I mean, yeah, go ahead and experiment, but if you're going to experiment, just pay close attention to what your body is telling you, and like, do research and look at what other people's experiences are, because your body, it's you don't want you don't want to cause an issue in your own body without doing a little research,
absolutely.
even if it's just a little research. Like, you don't have to get a whole nutritionist license.
Right. You're absolutely
You
correct.
Yeah, like because again, I'm not a nutritionist. I've done some research, and I've read, and I've experimented on my own body. Like I was telling you about the keto diet,
Mm-hmm.
which I want to know if you've done it, and if you did, let me know like how it went. But
Okay.
yeah, like that's another thing. If you're gonna do like diets, I'm just gonna throw this out there. Keto diet is not a long-term diet. Do not do keto for a long term. Do it for like 1 week, 2 weeks if you can handle it. It's basically like fasting without fasting. You do not want to have deficiencies because you can hurt yourself. And I don't want people out here experimenting and rushing into things the wrong way and hurting themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you, sister, for sharing that. That is powerful. And I pray that that touched a lot of people in the audience like it touched me. Seriously, sister. Like I have type 2 diabetes. I didn't have this knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how to take care of my body and things of that nature. I wasn't educated on how generations of processed food and just bad and eating this food has altered my our genes altered our bodies, and I didn't understand how things like that could be triggered. You know what I'm saying? Um, so it's a fight for our lives for sure. And
Yeah. And yeah, exactly. It's, like, let's say you are used to eating, excuse my language, but used to eating crap all the time.
yeah,
And all of a sudden you're like, I'm gonna go vegan, or I'm gonna go not even vegan, but you're just gonna switch it up. Even that is gonna shock your body a little bit.
yes,
You have to, wean. It's a weaning process.
this
You
is
have to,
true.
yeah. Like you're like the one of the most, like you're gonna you like expect things like diarrhea, expect things like constipation, because your body, your colon's gonna process food differently.
Yeah, that part.
Like, I mean, this is slightly off topic, but it plays into, don't force people into changing their lifestyle, and don't guilt trip them, and don't make them feel like they're a bad person for not knowing, for not doing.
Right.
And like I said before, even if, I mean, this is just me, but even if something was law, you don't force it on someone. You want to, you know, just be merciful, because it's this thing is already hard.
That part. Right. There's times have changed. Food has changed. You know what I'm saying? There, there's so much that people blindly just don't know. And like I stated before in our an earlier show, that our food is literally killing us like wildfires. Anyways, I'm sorry guys. I know me and Bella took over, but this is true though. It's even off topic, but it's still on topic. Absolutely. Like this is really affecting our people. Um, but what do you have to say about this rude warrior?
I have to say to all you plant eaters, you seed avatar benders,
Oh my gosh.
you plant life plowers,
What?
y'all better make sure that the ground you are getting your vegan shit from isn't contaminated, because it fucking is. Have you ever heard of bone meal? And bone meal is a typical type of soil that is used for plants, mostly for vegetables. Bone meal is primarily made up of dead animal products, their organs, their bone structure, and some of their flesh. That is what's being used to fertilize the vegan shit you guys are eating. These stores where you go to buy your seed, where you go to buy your fertilizer, those stores have GMO seed that you are planting. The ground that you are on has GMO in it. The chemtrails that come from the sky, from these aeroplanes, down into the ground, down onto the trees, down onto the plants, are fucking GMO'd, sprayed basically. And there's a larger scientific term. I don't know how to pronounce it, but the point is, you vegans are more meat eaters than the people who actually eat meat, because you have no idea that the shit that you're planting is not even real plant life. You cannot come into this world, pop shit about how about how um about how meat is dangerous, about how everything about meat is cancerous. You know, it's the destruction of life and things of that nature. You're killing the animals, things of that nature, and then you don't pay attention to what they're doing to your seed. You're not paying attention to what they're doing to your soil. You can name every last bad thing about the meats. That's perfectly fine. But if you're going to do that, name what's wrong with the plants. Don't try to make it seem like meat is the only thing that is bad. And I know you people have picked out certain scriptures that explain where meat is not to be eaten. You are ignoring the content around those scriptures. You are ignoring the specific reason of why that scripture was mentioned. Because what you're doing when you do that, you are basically calling the Most High Yah a liar when he gave us the clean meats to eat. You're calling Yah a liar when he gave Peter meat to eat when he was out there in the wilderness trying to go somewhere and he out there starving. You're calling Yah a liar when the Hamashiach was literally giving out fish and bread. I'm guessing the Hamashiach was giving out the little Swiss fish gummies to everybody. That's what he was doing. He was just giving out fish gummies.
You talking about the Swedish fish?
Yeah, the Swedish fish.
Fish gummies.
I guess he was doing that, right?
Which is actually gelatin, so I doubt it.
Exactly. Right. So what are you people? Oh my goodness, you people are insane.
Do you know what scripture they're using to justify that?
Oh my gosh, I went on Google and
to my knowledge, to my knowledge, because I've only encountered them once, because I actually try to avoid all the nonsense to the best of my ability.
Yeah.
So like only came across them once, and this particular person, I don't even remember who it was. That's how long ago it was. They were mainly pulling from
Romans 14, I think.
No, for me, it was in Genesis, the Garden of Eden. Like how originally man was only eating plants. But even then, that still doesn't make it.
It does talk about eating meat too. Like most I say, he gave us everything.
Yeah, I imagine the garden. Yeah, you're right.
Because there was also the cattle there too.
No, I don't think I mean, maybe I have to read it over, but I don't think the mention of eating flesh was mentioned until after the flood.
Yeah, because a lot of certain events happen afterwards. Like what I had tried to do earlier was going to Google to look up specific scriptures about, the positive factors of eating meat, which is basically the events that I told you guys about. I was looking for, and there's like 49 scriptures that people pulled out and said that here it says you can't eat meat. Here it says you can't eat meat like that. I'm like, what is the content around it? There are some scriptures you can't have by itself. These scriptures are in parables. You need to line them up. Not all scriptures are standalone.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
So when they do this, it misconstrues with the message of what is trying to be conveyed. Maybe this person wasn't supposed to eat meat for a week because he did this one thing, and y'all was like, you can't touch meat because you did such and such. There's proof of stuff like that, but you're not going to show it. So now you're out here being all fucking super righteous, telling people to stop eating meat because it's a sin, ignoring everything that has something to do with meat in the Bible, where we had to eat meat, sacrifice meat. Oh my goodness, there was times where the disciples was just walking around with the Mashiach, and then there was this one time when Peter had told the Mashiach, well, we have no food right now. I'm paraphrasing, but I'm going to go down to the store and get us some meat. I understand there are certain scriptures where it delegates and says that the fruits and the vegetables are meat. That's fine, because that's true as well. But there's also scriptures where it says that knowledge is meat. Meat is meat.
Wait. By the way, the word meat is actually not what we think it is in the Bible.
Hebraically.
The word meat means food. and flesh is what we call meat today. So like whenever you see the word meat, it just means food. And flesh is when we're eating like an animal. Like back when during the Exodus, when in especially in the King James version, it talks about that they were craving flesh to eat.
Boom.
And then the Most High gave them meat, which was actually the plant that they called manna. So that's just something to bear in mind.
See, now that changed a large perspective for plenty of people who keep thinking y'all's talking against about the actual living meat. And plus, I also heard when people have said that, eating flesh is like eating life, you're just taking the life away.
That's
no
blood.
I was just about to say that.
Sorry.
The Mashiach said that the blood is life. Once you drain the blood out, you drain the life out, you bury the blood, you cover it, you say a prayer, and then you move your happy ass on.
Yeah.
All right, so y'all really out here disrespecting Torah, disrespecting the Mashiach that had there with the angels. They was exchanging fruits, vegetables, meats. I mean, come on. There's scriptures where it says, give me the fattest calf because we about to celebrate. Meat was a delicacy.
The fattest calf.
Meat was a delicacy back in the biblical times. You had meat when it was a party, when someone of importance was coming by, when it was a high holy day, when it was like just basically in a very important, eventful day. Most of the biblical men, I'm pretty sure they were like vegans, vegetarians, pescatarians. But when it came down to eating meat, they ate meat. So when it comes down to the high holy day and you're not eating meat, keep in mind, you're being selfish because the high holy day is supposed to represent Yah and what he did for you. So you put yourself aside and do what Yah allowed and do what Yah asked you to do. And if he's saying you must eat meat on this day, but then you want to combat that and say that, well, I can't eat meat on your day, Abba Yah, because I'm a vegan. And if I eat this, I'm going to grow like 6 limbs and 2 eyes. And y'all is going to be like, oh, so now you're being selfish. And you're going to be like, no, I'm just saying I'm a vegan. It's like, y'all don't think that way. You don't care about you being a vegan or a pescatarian. He says, do what he says. And if you're not doing it, then it's like what you're doing is just going to be an abomination. He ain't going to hear you on your high vegan day. That ain't what he asks. He said you're going to eat lamb this day. He said you're going to eat the fattest calf this day. And if you ain't about it, then you're going to get got. I understand there's a lot wrong with the American meat, but the Most High said that we shall eat poison and live. So by grace and by faith, you are going to have to pray over that meat. You're going to have to pray over that meat that they keep fucking with and pray that y'all can block the harmful chemicals that's within that meat to keep you safe, because he does the same thing when you eat those harmful chemicals that's in those plants. And as long as you are in this country, you are always going to eat something that you're not supposed to be eating. You want to eat better. You want a better diet. You want to go to a better health condition. Get the fuck out this country. Because it's never going to be any clean food. The air is toxic. The water is toxic. The clothes you wear is toxic. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. You are in America, you are poisoned. Regardless, we are walking around poisonous. We eat and consume everything that can literally kill us. And the only reason why we're not better than a doorknob is because, having faith, giving him praise, honor, glory, and worship while in this poison-ass country is the reason why none of the food we eat is dropping us dead. You want better food? Get the fuck out this country. Because they're not going to give it to you. And they're not going to give you the satisfaction of growing good food, because the seed they're going to give you is GMO. The plant, the soil you're going to grow it in is fucking bioengineered. You ain't got no way out of this but out of this country, motherfuckers.
Mic drop.
Lee, what you think about Levi? I'm sorry, Smooth the Root. Excuse
Yeah, brother Levi.
me. I mean, I feel like they know our names by now, but
Yeah, it feels so weird because every time they're like, "Who is that?" I mean, see, I did it too. But what I think about it is basically, yeah, Most High did give us these meats to eat, especially starting from Genesis. It says, "What I give to you," what He told Adam. He gave us the ground that or what Adam was tilling, is that the word? Tending to
Yes.
back then,
Telling you.
and the cattle, and all the beasts of the earth and the trees to eat from. I guess, as biblical Hebrews, they did eat a lot of vegetables because, it's very hard to go out there and just find well, that wasn't hard, but, it wasn't common to just go out and find an animal to eat. And even if they was eating it, it was a very special occasion, like a high holy day or somebody important, or just, when they have a feast to celebrate something. Most times, people stay eat healthy, they eat light, and they eat like, how we do over here. Whereas, like, you gotta have 3 full course meals. But, like, back then, 1 full course meal was a feast. Um, so, uh, I don't know. Most of these vegans, they do kind of go overboard with like, oh, y'all killing animals just to, indulge in, and what is it? The pleasure, guilty pleasure. I don't know. They call it a guilty pleasure. But it's
Yeah.
not. It's if we not taking it in, we going against Torah, and also at the same time, it's nature for animals to be consumed by other things. And we go back to the dirt ourselves. Or if, like, yeah, get attacked by animals the same way. I was like, you ain't gonna say that and damn lion munching on your ass.
Is this true?
So, like lion, they eat meat, they need it for substance. We need it. We can get the same vitamins and stuff from plants as we could. But yeah. Or like Sister Ruth saying you don't have to eat meat every day because it's damn sure ain't a good thing to eat meat every day either. Get a lot of, especially if it's like if it's not good for you specifically. Like I know there's certain things I would when I first started eating lamb, I was like, this is good, but I found out I can't eat that stuff all the time because it hit me a little hard. After a while, I was like, it's good and all, but you gotta take it in with admiration. And that's the thing about it. It's the same with, I mean, it's everything. It's admiration with it. So,
Yeah,
but
absolutely. Isn't lamb is high in purine, right? I think if I'm not
yeah, it is like, yeah. As when I noticed when I would eat that, it felt like I did have gout. I was like, I'm too damn young to be having gout.
Oh no, no.
So, so it's like that and like I think turkey. The turkey
Yeah,
also, like
turkey
the
for
turkey
sure.
here is like something else too. It ain't normally like turkey. Okay,
Yeah.
oh,
Turkey, spinach
yeah,
too.
turkey, spinach. Yeah. I was saying, what
Hmm.
was
This
what
is news to me.
root Royale was saying? You saying that a turkey like is like GMO too with a buzzard or something like that
The
over here? Ain't it?
vulture.
Yeah, the vulture. Yeah,
I
ain't like
definitely knew
the
cauliflower and broccoli
yeah,
was.
cauliflower and broccoli ain't something
Because
natural. I ain't ever like
yeah,
that at all.
I did not know that
it
about
don't even look.
turkeys.
I mean, even if you look at it, it don't look real.
Yeah, look
Like
plastic. Yeah, look plasticky as
yeah,
hell.
I mean, but now I've seen that they make pizza out of it, and I ain't gonna lie, it's damn good.
Absolutely.
I'm just being like we know it's laboratory made, but damn,
Yeah.
it be good as hell.
It reminds
You
me of
know?
like bleach, when like the ocean corals get bleached because they're dying. Like that's what cauliflower looks like to me. It looks like bleached coral. But what was I going to say earlier? I was going to say that I feel like Abaya made us to be plant-based, to have plant-based bodies because we are made from the earth. So why wouldn't we treat ourselves with the earth, with medicine, with food, with, what I'm saying? And I feel like we were only meant to eat meat like during these special holidays. And, the dietary law is just letting us know, hey, when you do eat meat, make sure you don't eat these animals and things of that nature. But I don't know. Yeah, I feel like eating meat causes every day, like people just run to Taco Bell, and that's not even real meat, by the way, or like they run to, like these places and they just gobble up these burgers and this meat and these steaks after, I know people who used to eat steaks almost every day. Like how is like you alive, like
Oh,
like
that reminds me too with the meat. What was it called? Fish. Like like them damn what them PETA motherfuckers talking about you hurting the
oh
fish when you pick them up and all that. It's like most times
oh
like
yeah
like it's fish. It's like damn, it's fish. Fish was made for us to eat because it's clean. I mean, a clean fish, not like catfish. That shit's nasty.
yeah, that's not
Yeah,
real
the one time I
fish.
have had it. On catfish is just unclean because
Tilapia
it's
too.
slick. But tilapia is that fake
Oh
fish.
yeah,
Yeah.
tilapia is the one that's fake.
I mean,
Catfish is a
shit, catfish
filter.
Yeah.
might be also damn. Yeah, he also might be damn fake. Ain't no telling. Half the stuff over here they mess with like corn.
Salmon.
Corn is Yeah, salmon. Y'all also check to see if your salmon like most of any fish like if they might have tapeworms in them because a lot of damn fish come from fish farms and stuff. So you might be eating worms
They'd be
sometimes.
like they'd be like farm fresh.
Yeah, farm fresh. It's
Gotta
mostly
watch
just
out
eating
for
whatever
that.
works for you. You like most vegans, they just try to press what they think is good because it felt revolutionary to them. But really, not realizing that their body might be, or damn sure is different than the next person's body, and what works for them might not work for others. It's like people that go to the gym all the damn time. It's like, oh, you need to do this, but coming from experience with that, it's like I know a lot of things like I can do don't work for the next person. So
Ooh. Yeah, it's imperative for us to repent and lean on the Most High, pray over thank Abiyah for the food and pray that He cleanses your body and that He protects you from, these harmful meats and water and oh my goodness, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like like I said with Bella, like we're at the mercy of Yah when it comes to like fighting for our health. You know what I'm saying? Because we're talking about generations in to this corruption. This isn't new. This isn't new. This shouldn't be news to people. Okay,
I mean,
you know,
I feel like our like the most recent generation, like the food is most manipulated today. Like I feel like our parents, their food wasn't as bad. Like even when they were eating like crap, like it wasn't as bad as today's crap. Not that I'm defending that, but like you have people who live to like 100
yeah.
and they weren't eating that healthy. You know,
I feel
that's
like
just some.
you're right, Bella. No, I agree with that. Like, I agree that, like, because I remember as a kid, you can actually drink out the water hose, you know what I'm saying, without feeling like you're being filled with chemicals and things of that nature. But I still believe that there's an agenda there. Like, it was there, but it wasn't on the scale it is now,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah. Oh, the way the world is set up, knowledge, you need Yah and you need knowledge to even be able to just feed yourself and survive. It's the only way to live is through Torah. Rude boy, why are you so quiet? You fell asleep on me?
Did he? Oh my gosh.
No, I was waiting for y'all. Y'all was talking so much that you know.
Oh, we were talking so much. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So is it my turn?
It is your turn, rude boy. Take
All
the
right.
mic. We
All
give
right,
the mic to
wait,
you.
drop the
All right.
red
Y'all
carpet
was
for
going
me.
too damn soft on these vegans. Anyways,
Oh my
so
gosh.
I'll put it like this: F
I think
y'all
I went
vegans.
pretty well.
If you feel away, I don't give a damn because at the end of the day, y'all be coming at people eat meat net, so we coming at y'all net. Now let's start it off with the first scripture, Deuteronomy 12, verse 20. When Yahuwah your Elohim enlarges your border, as he has promised you, and you say, "Let me eat meat," because you long to eat meat, you eat as much meat as your being desires. And in the context of that, is definitely talking about flesh. Um,
Mhm.
let's go to some other scriptures. Hold on. Uh, Numbers 11:13. Where am I to get meat to give all these people? For they weep before me, saying, give us meat to eat. Hold on, I got some other scriptures for y'all, because Numbers 11:18. And say to the people, set yourselves apart for tomorrow, and you shall eat meat, because you have wept in the hearing of Yahuwah, saying, who is giving us meat to eat? For it was with us in Mizraim, and Yahuwah shall give you meat, and you shall eat. Proverbs 23:20. Be not among heavy drinkers of wine, or with gluttonous eaters of meat. In order to be gluttonous, you have to eat a lot of meat. Okay. 1 Samuel 2:15. Also, before they burned the fat, the priest servant who come, keyword burn the fat. Last time I checked, Planston just had fat on them. The priest servant would come and say to the man who slaughtered, and I ain't never knew plants and trees and shit could get slaughtered. Give meat for roasting to the priest. 1 Corinthians 10:25. You eat whatever is sold in the meat market, asking no question because of conscience. Proverbs 9:2. She has slaughtered her meat. She has mixed her fine wine. She has also prepared her table. Deuteronomy 12:27. And you shall make your ascending offerings mean the smoke offerings. You know, obviously when you're cooking, smoke usually comes from meat. The meat and the blood. Last time I checked, plants didn't have blood. On the slaughter place of Yahuwah Elohim. Psalm 78:27. And he rained meat on them like the dust, and winged birds like the sand of the sea, because this is when he gave them quail. There's so many examples of this crap. Like Ezekiel 24:4. Gather pieces of meat in it, every good piece. The thigh and the shoulder, fill it with choice bones. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, listen, you can eat whatever the fuck you want to eat. It's your diet. I don't give a damn. All I know is this: stop telling other people what to eat, especially when it goes against the Torah. And not only that, you motherfucking vegans, they may not have said it, but I'm gonna say it to you. A lot of y'all eating fucking processed vegan food. We gonna call it is what it is. So y'all not even eating healthy. You me eating hybrid fucking food. A lot of y'all eating hybrid vegetables that you're not supposed to be eating. Like Zakar said, y'all eat like where y'all get your fertilizer from? I know y'all they wasn't using pork in they fucking fertilizer to make those fucking vegetables. We could go in, we could dig deeper on all this shit,
Oh yeah.
but y'all not gonna sit here and talk shit about people eat meat. Oh, the Messiah this, oh this and that. The angels ate meat. The Messiah ate meat. The disciples ate meat. The followers of the disciples ate meat. Israelites all throughout ate meat. Now it's just on high holy days. They ate meat on the first month of the year. On first, people call it the new moons. I'm just gonna call it what it says in Hebrew. The first month of the first month, the fourth, the seventh, and the 10th month. That's when they usually eat meats because people didn't work on those days, especially back then. Another thing is, you look at all the kings, especially King Solomon. His daily food, and it wasn't just for him, obviously, was what 500 lambs or goats or some crap. Who's eating all that meat? So all throughout scriptures, you see these people eat meat. Noah ate meat as part of the agreement with the Most High that he won't slaughter all of mankind again through a flood. So when Jacob and his father-in-law Laban was making a deal for the daughters and stuff, to have a peace offering, they ate meat with each other. Like, what are we talking about? Meat was a lot of times how people was making covenant.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The Most High made a covenant with you through lamb. So for people to say, "Oh, you can't eat it," oh, it's cancer, so is the damn vegetables you eat. Let's just call it what it is. So is the damn modern vegetables you eat. So my thing is, if they feel away that meat eaters do this and that, listen, how about you stop clocking what we put in our bodies and worry about what you put in yours? Because I guarantee you, if I was to see the car of any of these damn vegans, it's not no super raw vegetables that's non-hybrid. There's no fucking fruit that's non-hybrid and shit. Y'all probably eating bananas that done got no seeds in it. So if you eating bananas right now, you're the one in sin. We let's keep it all the way 1,000. Anything you eat without seeds in it, you're sinning because that's hybrid. Where in the scriptures in the Most High said to eat hybrid food? Last time I checked, even with animals, he said they not supposed to even be bred together. They're not supposed to work the same fields together. All that. It says not to even put your crops in the same field when you're farming. So if you're gonna go away with it with food, not only y'all cap, y'all hypocrites. Because you're gonna talk about meat eaters, talk about the shit you put in your body. Because I guarantee that fucking lettuce you eating is probably fucking hybrid. So is
Mhm.
that damn cabbage. I ain't see them shits in the scriptures. Where the fuck cabbage and lettuce come from? Like, come on, let's really go with it. So my thing is this: you can have a preference of what you want to eat. I don't care. Like even I was vegan for a moment, but never when I was vegan, I thought to myself, let me just go start trying to pick on meat eaters and make up shit to make myself feel better, like I'm a grand authority of eating. You're not. And if you want to keep it super funky, until you go to a country where the fucking fertilizer is pure, the you're not eating non-hybrid food, no processed vegan food and shit. You're not eating healthy either, and you're more than likely developing cancer cells as we speak. I'm just gonna keep it 1,000 with you. So if you feel away after hearing this message, I don't give a damn. You ain't think about how meat eaters felt when you kept attacking them. I seen the post. I seen those comments when y'all was doing it. It felt good to y'all. Y'all thought, oh, we got them. We got them. Well, I'm letting you know right now. Continue eating them hybrid vegetables and talking shit about meat eaters, and let's see where you end up on Judgment Day. That's how I see it.
Blood clot.
Ooh.
Blood clot.
I said what I said. No, brother, you're right. 100%. All praise to Abba Yah for knowledge and understanding, because that's what's defeating us. That's what's defeating our people. And that's what's people gonna lift up their head in on Judgment Day and be sorely you know, uh, mistook when Abba Yah judges them for misleading people.
Oh yeah. So you people out there, you veganites, you guys have a lot to answer for. Not only for bashing people, using scriptures to back up your bashing, downplaying the Torah, and then just outright basically harassment. All right, you're bearing false witness on what people are eating, and then you're trying to come up with a doctrine to justify what you are doing. You're using scripture to justify your self-righteous actions.
That part, yeah.
So it's like you have a lot to answer for. I know that you people are trying to do good, but let's be honest, you are being selfish, self-righteous, you're being a fucking bigot. You have no respect for someone who is on their own path of Yah. You believe that what's working for you is going to be working for them. You have no respect for their path, for their walk. You're out here telling people that they need to eat this way and that way, and you have no fucking clue what you're eating. Do a much deeper research.
And that's the problem, seriously. And it's not honestly just not veganites. It's knowledge in general. If it's not purely Torah, don't talk about something you don't know you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you going to teach somebody when you haven't read Torah? When you don't know what Yahuwah he gave you instructions, use it. Read the Bible, meditate on Bible, act, pray for understanding with the Most High Yah. You know what I'm saying? I don't get angry at these people. It's just a situation where you just pray for them and pray that Abba Yah restores their knowledge and their understanding, and that true knowledge goes forth so that healing can go forth for people's fear, because unfortunately there is no escaping this situation with how bad our food is. We're always like Zeke's like excuse me like rude warrior said earlier, like we're constantly in sin from hybrid foods, from GMO foods, from things we wear, from the things just almost from the products you put on your skin. Sometimes there's pork in them you don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody is perfect under the sun. Absolutely not one person. There was only one person ever that walked among us that was perfect, and that was the Hamashiach.
And even then, my teacher goes into that actually. Whenever someone would praise the Mashiach, he would just point at the Father.
Yep.
He would say, "I'm not even good." So that, yeah.
No, I understand that. Absolutely. But he was the closest to it.
So you people you better repent while repenting is still good. Repent. Because it's not going to look good on Judgment Day. I don't care how good your intentions were. Your actions speak differently. We are an action culture. Do what you say and say what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
And when that, folks, that is a wrap. Root it up.